we cannot forget that we dance man and woman. So we cannot forget that we need to touch each other and we need to always take care of each other. And one of the most important things is actually the space between us, because we need to take care, both of us, we need to take care about the space, and we need to always take responsibility. Where is our space, where is our partner, me as a lady and my partner as a man. So first, if I ask Hubert for help, you can leave, because this one we need later on. If I ask Hubert, so if we are touching each other, what is very important? First touch, first contact when we have in the hands. So it doesn't matter that you hold with the, I like with the finger up, some couples prefer like this, some couples prefer like this, it doesn't matter. For me what is matter is that the touch, that we need to really close each other, our hands, and we need to really feel that we are touching each other, not just very light touch, and we don't touch actually in the end each other. So I want to feel all hands from Hubert, and I want to feel all his hand, not just one piece of the hand. So very important is that when he is touching me, already from the beginning I feel the invitation. So already from the beginning I feel that he's touching and he is inviting me. Second thing, what is his second contact. So this hand is also very, very important. And of course it depends from the swing dances or tango, we need to think where is this hand and how this hand is working. So this hand is supporting the lady, but also what is very important, and I very often what I feel from the partners, from the men, they are afraid to touch. Why they are afraid to touch? Because they are afraid to push or pull the lady. Because very often the men, they feel, yes, it's true, yes. Very often the men, they feel, they hear information from the teachers, from the partner, don't pull me, don't push me. So in the end, they are afraid about how to touch. So they prefer, in the end, they prefer to be much softer and much lighter in the touching than stronger, because in the end they don't want to hear complaints on the practice. So what I like that, of course, for the men, if you, of course I'm saying I'm the woman, so I'm saying from the woman's side how it works, because from the men's side it's totally opposite, yes, so I'm not the man, I had never tried to be a man, just like when I'm teaching I'm trying to show something, but what is for me very important as a lady, how the man is touching me. Not about, of course I like the shape of the man's hand, but even I like that the way how he is touching me, the energy, the tone in his hand. It's not just, you know, put the hand just like this, and I don't like when he's looking for me somewhere on my back. I'm just like when the man is like holding me as a man. So I feel that first touch, the second touch is going on my back, and I can feel already from Hubert, that maybe we'll move a bit more here, I will feel already from Hubert, I feel already the touch. So I feel already what he wants from me, because he's using his hand together with his body, so I can feel from him what he wants from me, so he can change me, whatever he wants, he can do it, and not with pull. Why is he not pulling me or pushing me? Because he is taking care about the space, and this is what we are going to just explain in a moment. And the third connection between us, before we will take the connection in the body, is the lady's hand with the man. What is very important, that the ladies very often they think, what I found on the lessons, or what I found when I was speaking with the girls, that they always think that the left hand is just for the just that must look somehow. No, it's not true. For me, the hands for the lady, they are really, really important. Sometimes already in the past, my lectures, I already explained, and I already was pushing this information, because I'm really, as a lady, I was really crazy, and I'm crazy about this, about the feet and the hands. This is my 2 points, which I'm really looking for the couples, and I want to see from the couples and from the ladies as well. Because of this, that very often the lady is not thinking about, especially about the left side, about left hand. So very often is the problem, because she doesn't feel what the man, in which direction man wants to move. And last time we spoke about, on Saturday, we had just this lecture about the lesson about the rotations, actually it was in a tango, but we had about the rotations to the right and to the left, and we will take together this all informations today as well. So I will just remind a few things, a few informations from Saturday. So when I'm putting my my left hand on the man's hand, on man's arm. So what I need to think? I need to think about two fingers. I need to think about the thumb, and I need to think about the third finger. I'm already smiling because we know about the third finger is like not nice finger, yeah. So I'm like touching man. I'm touching man. If I will show Hubert's maybe this way, okay. Hubert's big muscles. So I'm putting here is the under the biceps muscle and between the arms muscle there is a small hole when I can put my two fingers and I can make a directions, because it's not just I'm just putting and closing these fingers. I'm also give him the feeling, so like he gives me the feeling. Also for me, I really think where he is. So I'm putting these two fingers to him and I do like direction that my hand goes around. For me this is important, and this hand goes direct to the man. So because of my man, and what we need to remember, because my man always stays, okay, some of the fingers not, but always, most of always, he stays on the right side, diagonal on my right side. So my hand must towards him. So he's always, this hand is always towards the man. So I'm always looking for this man where he wants to be. So when he wants to make, doesn't matter, just like rotation or sway, I really feel, because we are connected each other, so I really feel that his hand on my back and my hand on his arm is connected. So then we can really feel and think about the space between to each other. Because of my thumb, which is inside of his arm, this is important, because if I will put on the man this thumb, already he can pull me, because I'm not taking care about my space, so he can pull me. And so this finger is like, I'm not pushing the man, but I give him direction. So I give him direction with this hand. If I will show myself, with this hand, I give him directions. Okay, you have to stay to my right side. Not if I will stop my hands, already I'm going inside the couple. So already I'm not looking for the space. And this is really, really important, because always as a ladies, then we try to be not heavy. So what we do, we just hold our hands. No, you have to always remember, and you cannot forget, that when we take these free connections, always I need to remember that my hands are like lying on man. Of course, I'm not heavy. I'm holding my hands myself, but through the center, from my back muscles, not through the arms. Because this is already, we lose the connection between to each other, and we lose connections with the floor, because all the body weight goes to the upper part of the body instead to stay with the floor, together with the floor. So what we need to remember, this one just once again, we touch each other here, we touch each other on my back, and third touch is here, and we make direction. So always what I want to feel from the man, that if he wants to turn, I feel where he is, and he feels where I am. So we have this distance between to each other, and we really take care about this space between to each other. And what is a nice exercise, I will show you, I will use, thank you very much, my assistant. I will use hula hop. Hula hop helps us with the thinking on the practice. This is really good exercise, and you can really practice, and because it gives us two things. First, it gives us the space when we move, because just because you will hold the space, it will not work, because you will feel stiff, you will feel that you're fighting each other. We need to move into the space. If I'm moving into the space, I need to think where my space goes, because this is important, because very often my space, I can think about the space, but if my space go in wrong direction, already takes me on my back. so it's also not good. So what is important that with this, I have actually hula hop is it's nice, this one, because it's not so big, because of course you can buy it bigger size, but this one is big because this is, I think it's for the small girls. So I think I found that this one is the best one. I found it few sizes, but I found this one the best one, especially for the girls that we don't have like so far the hands. So what also gives us very important that already when I'm on my leg, doesn't matter as a man or as a lady, already give me the space where I need to take care about this. So what is important that when I'm dancing, I always need to think that this space in front of me, or when I'm dancing forward, or when I'm dancing backward. Doesn't matter. Always this space must be in front of me. So when I'm dancing, so what you can see already with this exercise, before I will do some rotation or some sway action and swing, doesn't matter. What is important that what I need to remember that when I'm moving forward, my space, because the lady or the man, we are diagonal to each other. So what is important that this space goes always first. So this space, so my hands goes together with my knees. So I'm not, the hula hop doesn't, it helps me actually to do the good action. And I cannot do with hula hop, you can see, I cannot do the action which you can see very often on the practice, or you can feel it that you're going inside of the couple. So what is important, that when I'm going in forward, so always, even when I just walk with the hula hop, I don't need to dance, I hold my hula hop, so also I'm using, because you know what, we forget about our building in our body. Our hands has 5 fingers, and the thumb finger is very important, because the thumb finger is the finger which is catching. This is the finger to catch something. So you can imagine if we are without this finger. So of course some people, they don't have this finger, so they have to find out somehow, so they use just the 4 fingers. But the thumb finger is really, really important, because this is the finger which we catch something. So I also need to catch, and I need to catch the lady with this one, or the lady, so we are closing, or we are like this, so we are using this finger. So with this hula hop, how many energy we need to hold the hula hop? Not so much. So this is the same in the couple. We don't need to hold too much, because I don't need too much energy to hold, just to keep the light hula hop. What I need to do, I need to think, where is this hula hop? So I'm really catching, and I'm thinking what gives me, it gives me the space, and plus gives me that it takes my hands together with the body. So this is what's happening very often, that our hands are not together with the body, so we are trying to later on dancing with our arms not good, in a not good way. So what I need to do, so when I'm just walking forward, I'm holding my hula hop in front of me, and when I'm going in front, when I'm going forward, this hula hop is always in front of me, so it goes first. When I'm going backward, the hula hop stays, so the space stays in front of me when I'm going backward. So if we will go just soon, Victoria, I will call you, because poor Victoria, she's making good backstage. So if the hula hop is in front of Hubert, and I'm holding as well the hula hop, maybe me from down. If we hold, sorry, we moved too far. So if we hold this hula hop, so this is our space together. So Hubert, he has his space, and me, I have my space. So if we just walk, if he's going forward, me is going backward, so we control our space between to each other. So we think that he wants to stop or he wants to change. We control our space together, so we can do more rotation, because always we have this hula hop between each other. Or we can sway as much as we want, of course with the rule, but this is exercise, but still you can see that we are in harmony, our bodies are in harmony, because we have this space. We are really controlling, and we really think about where we are to each other, in which place in each other. So we will try to do now our routine, okay? And first we will start with the figures to the right, because then I will explain you how you can work with this and how it's work. Actually, you need to remember, and this is we come back on Saturday, that I was speaking about the rotation in tango. Of course, in waltz is similar, or in swing dances is similar. So just to remind you that in swing dances, we also, in rotation to the right, we always turn our upper part much more than the down part. So this part goes a bit more, we are rotating much more than the left figure. Left we will do later on. So when I go, and what I said just before, that we need to always take care, as a man or as a lady, we need to always take care about the space. So if Hubert will take the hula hop, let's dance the natural turn and running spin turn. So if he will do, first I will show you on Hubert, and then I will show you on Victoria, the lady steps. So if we just hold this on our right side, and we do natural turn, so we do 4, 5. So first we move to the direction, we move the space to direction facing diagonal wall. Then we still move this space and we pass the lady. So always, so he rotates a bit more the upper part. So you can see that if he will stop the movement on the first step, so he will stop the space. So he will pull the lady already here, because he wants to do already the swing action. So what is important then from the first step, then first what is important, still we need to a bit, of course not so much, but we need to move the space and then turn around the lady. So then we will do more rotation. So once again, Hubert, we just dance natural turn and running spin turn, okay? And then we, after we will continue. And we have 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. So still he end up with the lady on his right side. Not if he will not turn and he will not think about the space here, he will end up in the center. So then he's pulling her to the second figure. So when we end up with the natural turn, so we need to move a bit just that you will see everything good. So then we continue when we are dancing on, when we are using our standing leg, we are dancing, we are moving, we are rotating, moving. So we are leaving the space. I move the body, I leave the space for the lady. Why? Because if we come back to our, I think this was second lecture, I was telling to you about the moving the standing leg, and that we have these 3 parts in the foot. So I have heel, bow, and the toe of the foot. And I always start to move forward. I always start heel, so I need to go through all foot. Then we will remind you in the future, this lecture, with the, of course, advanced information. So I need to go from heel to toe, so I pass heel, bow, and the toe. If the man will pull me, because this is very often what men does when they dance backward. So because he wants to already, we have also syncopated figure now, the running spin turn is syncopated figure. So he wants to move already because he wants to do 1 and 2, 3. So if he wants to do 1 and 2, 3, very often they are pulling us because they're not waiting for us and already pulling us to the next figure because they want to go. They are not giving us the time. So to think about the space with combination with the using of the standing leg, how to use the standing leg, that's why I did this subject in the past. So that thinking gives us the time, that gives us timing for the couple, for the lady. The man then gives the lady the time that she can prepare the body and she can turn her body and move. So once again, we end up with the natural turn, Hubert. Okay, and we end up and free end. So he starts to turn his body, move, but leave the space. Then he continue into running spin turn. He continue 1. And again, maybe we go this direction, okay? We will not turn so much. And then here is very important because very often man goes to the side. Okay, it's not so wrong because if you will take the space with you, it's okay because then you can make like a right lunge action. This one we also explain. But we want to move a bit more on the legs. So we turn, we continue turn. So still, the man must to think where is the lady. Then he continue not just do it this way, but he continue to put the lady on the leg and then to the back. So again, when he's lowering, he's leaving the lady, he's using his standing leg, and he's leaving the lady in front of his body on his right side. Not behind his body. So this is really, really important. And this action gives you the time to do it properly. So for the lady, now we can invite Victoria, finally. So for the lady, sorry, we need to move a bit more because operator is showing us. So for the lady is similar. Already ladies from the beginning, when you just take a hold, what is important, where is your partner? Because very often we are, just relax for a second, Victoria. Because very often what we forget, that we try to be, because we have so many informations about this, our standing position, yeah, that we are trying to control this, the hip, everything, actually, everything in the body. So we forget about the most important thing, where is our partner? So this is really important, where is our partner? Our partner is always diagonal in front of our right side. It's not in front, because then we try to turn look for him, but actually it's diagonal. So also our hands must be a bit diagonal. So once again, Victoria, he's a bit diagonal, yes, and we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what's happening here? This is already we explained last time also. When we go first standing preparation step, 1, 2, 3, this is rotation to the right, so this is easy, because then we turn a bit more the upper part. But now we come back, when we come back on our left foot, this is rotation to the left. So what we have to do, we go on the leg, and then we turn, but we cannot turn too much our upper part. Why? Because already we are away from the partner, and what's happening now, Victoria, she is holding the hula hoop. But what's happening very often, what you girls, you can see it, that when you come back on the left foot, very often, because we are not thinking, where is my partner, where is my space in comparison to the partner, so what is important, what is happening, our right arm goes up. So this is what you can see very often. So we are actually away from the partner instead to be to the partner. So I'm away from the partner, and then I'm continue with this position. So it's not nice. So once again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we turn 3, and. So then we continue. We leave the hula hoop in front of us. We move on the leg. 1, and when we do pointing, so already we need to send our hula hoop when I'm on the left leg, still on the left leg. I cannot stay. You can see Victoria, she is showing bad. Now it's bad. She's in a balance, but it's bad because the man is in front. He is not on her right side. So what she must to do, because it's rotation to the right, she must to turn a bit more the upper part, still on the standing leg. Because if she will do here straight, Victoria will show wrong, bad, okay? So if here is okay, yes, she is in a balance, everything is correct. But when she go on the right foot and now she try to turn, so they are overturning. So it's not so good, and actually again the space is going to be, now is with the hula hoop is easy, but then after with the normal hold is actually they are also finding each other, so it's not harmony between two of them. So once again, Victoria, properly we will show now. And 1 rotation to the right, now we come back, but we leave the space to the right side, then we continue 3 and, okay, and now on 1 and when I'm doing pointing 1 and I'm turning my hands to the right, and then I continue using the standing legs 2, 3. Okay, very good. So I'm checking that my partner is on my right side. So just we move a bit, just to be in front of camera. Okay. So now when we go into the running spin turn action, so what I explained before, she's moving through the leg, through the standing leg, and still she's doing a bit rotation to the right. So she's moving a bit more upper part of the body, turning upper part of the body. So she's giving the space for the man. So not just turn, because if she will just turn, she will go inside of the couple, so not good. So she needs to move on the leg and turn 1. When she's end up 1, she also needs to check where is the partner. What is very often that the ladies finish here. Oh, this is what we do. She already knows because we already did this one a few times on the lesson. So she's straight. So what is happening here? Now they go into space. Inside of the space, sorry, of each other, instead to be on the leg. So also we lose the balance at that moment. So then she's continue with the rotation, move back. So she's moving back on the leg, but the space she's leaving in front. So you can see very nice now. And now she's moving on the leg, but controlling the space, that the space continue to turn to the right and continue to go on the leg, and checking again in the upper swing to check that the man, very good Victoria, that the man is on the side, not in front. What is very often, girls, that we cannot stop the turn. The person which is inside of the turn, especially in the rotation to the right, that this person which is inside of the turn cannot stop the rotation because the space goes inside. So we cannot stop the rotation. So the person which is inside, now is the man, cannot stop rotation. So when the man is starting, now he cannot stop. He must still continue. So also for the lady, when we go from when we go into running spin from natural turn, I go on the leg, and here is the point where I cannot stop. I still must to turn and continue to turn because I'm 2 times inside of the turn. So this is really, really important. Okay, that was very good. So let's try together with the hula hoop. This is second exercise. So we can practice. You can practice alone with the hula hoop, and then you can practice. So one person goes inside. So let's say it will be Victoria, which goes inside. Yes. And we try to think about this space. A bit closer, Hubert, a bit closer, yes. And we do 1, 2, 3, 4. So she leaves the space for him. He's controlling as a man. He's sending the space to the perfect direction. So he's sending the space diagonal wall. 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. Very good. So now they are controlling the space between to each other. So you can see that they have a lot of space. Of course, they are not in a connection, but we will come back to this soon. And now he let her do her action. So he is waiting for her, but continue with the rotation. So now I will not stop you. And 1. Now she goes this direction to be in the camera. Now Victoria, she's turning upper part of the body. He has a space, so he can move, and they still control the space between to each other. So you can see that in this case, they are not going into the couple. In this case, they stay in their space, and what helps us, them thinking about our hands in coordination with our body, where they are, not just where they are in front, in this like plane, in this space, and in this place, where is my partner. So it helps us to think where we are, and it helps us to be in a balance, and it helps us to do it perfect timing. So if we are just in one person, just will not control it and go inside of the couple, we are already crushing each other, and already it will have result in the next figure. Maybe in this figure you will manage, of course, to pass each other, and you will manage to do it quite okay. But it will, when you have few figures, especially to the right, and you will not continue with these actions, so then you have a problem, because then you are stuck in the position, and in the end you are stiff, you are not dancing around each other, you have not 3D, you have just 2D, and then you just going forward. So let's leave now the hula hoop, and let's try with the normal hold and with the connection. So then we will try to show you how they, if they will both think about the space between to each other. So Victoria, they are touching each other, they are controlling each other where they are, and they move 1, 2, 3. So she's staying to him, 4, 5, 6, and they're turning, 2, 3. Now again they are turning, yes, and moving the space. 1 and 2, 3. Okay, what could be a bit more? You can see this is like a lesson, so I can see nobody is perfect, like every time I'm saying. So what could be more? This one we cannot forget. That already, I think, 2 lectures before, I was saying about this rotation, this anchor, and that we stretch another opposite side. So what's happening here? That Victoria, she wanted to move when she was going forward, she tried to move the space, but she stopped the rotation. So when she was just moving the space, okay, she was good with the space actually, but she didn't make rotation, so they a bit stuck in this position. So I don't like this one. So I would like from the lady that when she's moving, still she's relaxing this shoulder, and then the space, because I'm turning my body, I'm turning upper part of the body. Okay, so try once again, and the same in the running spin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3. And now you can see that she's still controlling her space. Now they turn, and 1, much better, and continue to turn, and 1 and 2. Oh, now was better. 3 and 1. Yeah, now was better. Because you could feel also, Hubert, yeah, that you had more space, yes. So always, after she will kill him. But okay, that he said that I'm proper. So, okay, we will continue with the next figure. So we have like just routine with the just figure to the right to show you that how to control this space. So we have then, I made this choreography with the figures to the right because very often, especially in the waltz, because in foxtrot it's not so often, but especially in the waltz we have combination with figures to the right, and if we will stop in some moment to turn the body and to think about the space, so then the space is small, and then we, like I said before, we fight to each other. So we will continue with the running spin turn. Sorry, Victoria, just for a second. We will end up in the running spin, so if we hold like hula hop, and then, so again, he is going down on the leg and controlling this action. So he's thinking, where is the space? So he lifts, just touch me, Hubert. He's young and he must to touch. And so he must to control the space. And I'm also touching him and thinking about my space. So then when we come into running spin, chasse roll, sorry, 1, and then again, what is important here? We cannot go together, because we will end up, if we will go together, 2 and 3, let's continue, we will end up like exactly. We a bit exaggerate, but actually this is what's happening very often. So what is very important, that the person which goes inside, we turn he's waiting for me, so I can work on my standing leg, and we turning a bit our sway. So we do 1, and then now he's waiting for me. So first what he does, he's sending me. So he's sending hula hop from the standing leg. He's sending hula hop first on his right side. So then I have a time to pass him. Otherwise, in a roll, chasse roll, it's very difficult for the lady to pass, because it's quite a rotated figure, and it's very often that the ladies cannot pass, so we end up like in this space. So this is the place when he must to let me pass him. So first is the hula hop, and then it's me. So 2, and we continue a bit to turn. And now he's let me again move. So he's controlling his space, and I'm controlling my space. So we go into the running finish, 1, and again he's passing me that I can pass him, 2. So he let me pass, and 2, and again 3, and we change. Okay, Hubert, so then he thinks, where is the space? So always also, what is very important, that very often in this case, what's happening, that you do 1, and then you go in front of each other. So first what you have to do, you have to send together with the standing leg, you have to let the lady first. So the lady goes first, and then the man is going after. So lady, and then the man. And again, here he's waiting for me, not pulling me and taking my space. Okay, for the lady is similar. We are after, let's do the hula hop like this, and we are after running spin, 2, 3, and so we are working on our standing leg. And already Victoria, she feels from me, I'm the partner of course, she feels from me that I'm continuing with the figures to the right, so already she's turning upper part of the body. So see, she's not stopping and just doing down action and going inside. She's turning me, so using also this hand so she feels from me that I'm turning, so she's also moving. You can see she's moving very nice, this space here, towards man. Not that she's moving just the space. Don't use this hand, Victoria. Maybe they can see. So you can see that if she's not using this hand, she's going already inside of the couple. So once again, good one. So we go here, like, okay. Now we go and one. She goes on the leg. Now I let her pass. So I'm sending my hula hop from the standing leg. I let her pass. And now what is very important that when we go to and now she's inside of the turn, so she must to let me pass. So she must to use much more the upper part of the body and the hands. Think where are the hands in a combination with our body. So what the lady, because we are inside of the turn, what we need to do as a ladies, I will show maybe myself and you can see better because like this we are a bit far away from the camera. So what is important that we have one, now the man let me pass, so I stay with the hands to him, to the space to him, two, and but now in this place when we close the feet, and then I need, because I'm inside of the turn, so I need to let him pass. So I continue with my down part, with my using my standing leg, and I'm thinking where I need to end up with the with my hands compared to the man. So when I'm end up with the running with chasse roll, I'm end up on my right side, not in front. Okay. So let's try once again. So first me, then the lady. So when we do running chasse roll. Always I'm saying about this running spin. Chasse roll. I just like a running spin. And one. And now I let her pass, two, and now she let me pass. So she's continue to turn the hands to the right. And again, she's moving the space and turning the space towards me. So again, to my direction. So she's moving, using the standing leg. Very good, Victoria. Moving the space and changing. And changing to the right side, so like that I'm on the right side. And then we continue and one end, then we continue, I let her pass, like I show with the Hubert, two, and now doesn't matter what we are dancing to the back, as a ladies, okay, already I'm preparing my body to turn, so already I'm moving the space on my leg, staying in front, and then we already, doesn't matter what we will do, we are again inside of the turn, so we turn much more than outside of the turn. Because if I, as a person which goes back, maybe I will explain first the person which goes forward. If I will turn too much as a person which goes forward, then what's happening? We overturn. So if I will turn much more when I'm moving forward and I'm outside of the turn, so what is happening? We will overturn the figure. So it's very difficult to control the directions into the ballroom. So what is important that the person which goes forward has a bit, this action it is of course, but we turn not so much, but the person which goes backward, because it's inside of the turn, so we turn much more to let the person which is outside of the turn to pass us. Okay, let's try together. So we are after the running spin. We think about the space, we touch each other, you can see that they are like towards each other, very nice now, and two, three, and, so now they try to change, and they move the space, he leaves the space, one, let's wait here for a second, and now he's let her pass, two, and now she continues, so they do two, and now she continue with the turn, and they can pass. So he can pass. And now he's letting her pass, one end, okay, they move the space, they're not closing the space, one end, two, they change, two, you can change her a bit more, two to the sway to the right, two, three, and, okay, was much better. What's happening here? You could see that Hubert, he stopped the action. And what is very often, then of course, about the sway, we are going to talk in the future. But what's happening here that the Hubert, he stopped his hands. So he danced quite okay with the body, but he didn't give perfect information to the lady. So what's happening, Victoria? Or she had two choices. On the practice, she has the choice that she's following, so she's doing wrong. So she's doing herself the action because she knows that the head in this moment should be to the right, yes? On the competition, we have more difficult situations. So on the competition, we do solo service. On the practice, we can kill the partner, so you are not changing me. So what is important, then the man cannot stop the action because he was inside of the tent. He just stopped the action now. So what's happened? He was waiting for her here, one, and now he stopped the space, moved the space. He just went with the down part. So they were too close to each other. So instead, what they need to do, that he's going one end, let her pass, and then continue. He must to continue with the touching her, with the touching feeling. Let's call this touch feeling. So he must to change. He must to decide. So if we have this proper frame, proper hold, let's call that, not hold, I don't like hold, name hold, but okay, this is the hold. So if we have this proper touch, and I'm touching the lady, and she's touching me, and she's thinking about that her hands are with coordination with her body. So if I'm changing her, she's following me. Because of this hand, she left her hand, she's feeling me where I am. So she's feeling me where I am, so I can decide, oh, I want to do more here, or I can do straight, or I can do once again here, or I can change her. So I decided as a man, and this is man's job, that you decided where you want your lady be. You are not deciding. Sometimes you are in the middle of the information. So you want something from the lady because you are not touching and you are not thinking about the space. So you want something from the lady, but in the end, you want, but you don't want. No, you want, but you don't give the clear information. So in the end, we don't, and then you complain about us that we are not, oh, you are not following, but actually you are not giving us the perfect information. And I'm saying not because I'm lady and I'm complaining about my partner, because I was quite okay with my partner, but I'm complaining as a teacher and as a lady which is already stopped with the competitive career. So I'm complaining that sometimes the man, I feel from the body that the man wants to do something, but because he's not touching me, I feel that he wants me to change the, it's this feeling that he wants me to change the head to the right, but the action is not completed. The action is not completed. If you want to change, you need to change the lady. So also this hand you can see on the, oh, Victoria, she has today the nice pony. So then you can see very good that if you want to do more, your hand on the, because you are touching, you are in coordination with her muscle, with the shoulder blade. You can touch and you can feel where you want to have this shoulder blade. So if I want to be more here, if I want to change her, then she can feel it, because also in the same moment, my right hand is changing. It's not stopping in the same position. You cannot stop with this hand. But you are stopping this position and you are trying to hold, actually, you just keep the hold. So why? Because you are not touching. And this is for me very simple. I hope that in English you can understand what I want. But if I feel the lady's back, then my hand, naturally, my hand is changing. So my hand is changing. So this is important. So you can see that on the top level dancers, they then dance with this hand. So they are all the time like together with the lady's back. Okay, we are going back soon. Sorry, we are coming back soon. We will finish with this. We will just 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes break, and then we come back. Thank you very much. See you soon.